Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Hope you're well. So we got a crazy day going. If y'all hear some thunder and stuff, we got a pretty good storm going outside this morning, which is very nice. Storms always help me sleep a little bit better. But yeah, let's jump right into it. We got 2847 strength gained while we slept, which is good and nice. That'll be enough to put us into, I think that's grade 5. Yeah, grade 5. All right. Which unfortunately that won't apply to this research we're about to take care of now, but that's all right. Not really that big of a deal. Let's see. Slept pretty well. Looks about right. You know, I think I just now noticed. Were these here before? Or have I just been spacing out and not noticed these little breakdowns up here? I think I just noticed that for the first time. Took me 56 minutes to go to sleep and 56 minutes of dozing time. Interesting coincidence. So we're definitely getting snoozing today, that's for sure. Which I think, I forget which, I thought I'd clicked on that already. I forget which of the mimes show up in snoozing type, but I know one of them does. A bunch of 2 stars. Hopefully something new. That would be nice. We got 6. Nope, all old stuff. Slowpoke. 2 Digletts. Diglet's actually a pretty good one. 2 Slowpokes too. Diglett is actually a pretty solid Pokemon to have for, I think it's Figgy Berries. I was just looking through my box yesterday and Diglett is one. I've got a pretty decent one that I think is worth investing some resources into, but I'm thinking about nobody's hungry. Yikes, that's not good. Well, I mean, we got to feed the bonus biscuit to somebody because it's going to go away. Let's zoom out. It's going to go away once we're done, so we might as well feed it to someone. And I think I'm gonna feed it to the Slowpoke because I definitely need a better one. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Set that up for the future and be done with it. Not really much else to do here. Go ahead and send out some Slowpoke candies. We want a better Slowpoke because I believe it is the only way that you can get Slowpoke tails as an ingredient, but not every Slowpoke will give you tails as an ingredient. And Slowpoke tails are in the best salad. So we definitely want to try to find that when we can get it. But I also know the best salad I think takes 40 or so. I don't recall off the top of my head, but it takes a lot of ingredients and we don't have a pot big enough for all those ingredients anyway. At 5687 sleep points. Let's go ahead and collect these berries before we make breakfast. Couple eggs, bunch of soybeans, nice. As much soybean as this Graveler brings in, I can't wait to evolve him into a Golem and see how that affects it. But I'm thinking about potentially just waiting until I find a golem in the wild. Oh, that was everybody. If that's even possible. I just don't know that I can justify. Man, we still don't have enough. What do we miss? Oh, we don't even have any. Well, that's not good at all. This is the worst breakfast we're gonna make. Let me see. Let's see if we have any ingredient tickets. Because we close that. Let's see. No ingredient tickets. Yikes, bro. Well, we're gonna make a very, very terrible salad. Absolutely nothing to this salad. So I think that means that I'm gonna swap out possibly for the rest of the week and switch back to an ingredient team because the trying to split the focus isn't working very well. This isn't the first time I've had to do a mixed salad this week. I've had to do several for lunch and dinner throughout the week. So I'm definitely thinking that we need to switch to an ingredient team because that 1400 for breakfast is not gonna cut it in the long run. So I'm gonna have to look through and see what we got and may switch back to a very similar team to what we had last week and hopefully stock up on some ingredients because we're definitely going to need them for Sunday. The last thing we want to do is get to Sunday with a increased pot size and not have any ingredients to work with. Go ahead and collect that research. $36 of them. 1, 2, oh, level 3. Hey, there's that linking cord and the ingredient ticket I needed. Go figure. Oh well. Got a linking cord for Graveler, but I don't know that I want to use it just yet, so we're gonna hold off on that. Let's check. I know we have some news. I got some. Let's see, 100 million Pokemon befriended bundles. That's new. What do we got here? Total number of Pokemon befriended around the world is over 100 million. Limited time bundles filled with items to help will be available starting today. Available from September 15th to September 22nd. Bundles, let's see, the 100 million, 600 diamonds, you get 10 Poke Biscuits, 2 Friend Incense, and 5 Handy Candies. Not really worth it. I mean, if you are a premium player, that may be worth it to you, but as a free-to-play player, I'd stay away from that since it's just Poke Biscuits. Friend Incense can be very handy, and Handy Candy is not that big of a thing. There's plenty of sources to get Handy Candy as is, and especially only 5 of them. I would advise staying away from that as a free-to-play player. And then we got a 3,000 diamond bundle, which is 20 Great Biscuits, 6 Friend Incense, 10 Handy Candy Smalls, and 3 Handy Candy Mediums. That one's not terrible. 20 Great Biscuits is a pretty decent number of biscuits. You're definitely gonna get your money's worth out of it. Again, as a free-to-player, you're probably not going to have the diamonds to do it, and even if you do have those diamonds, I'm not sure that, because that's 6 good camp tickets, which a good camp ticket is essentially 7 Friend Incenses for free. So you're going to get the Friend Incense out of that. You're going to guarantee at least 1 hungry Pokemon every day. The Handy Candy Smalls, like I said, not really that much of an incentive because there's plenty of ways to get them for free. I would put this on a maybe. Maybe if you really need it, maybe buy it for 3,000 diamonds as a free-to-player. If you're a premium player and you got the diamonds to spend and you want to do it, then by all means, do what you want to do. But this advice is specifically geared towards people like myself that are free to play and are trying to, not necessarily trying to preserve the free to play, but people who are free to play and don't necessarily have a bunch of diamonds to spend and have to make sure they spend them as wisely as possible. I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's worth it. So I would rather use the 6 good camp tickets for 3,000 diamonds rather than this bundle. But that bundle is definitely better than the 600 diamond bundle. Even as a premium player, I don't think I would buy the 600 diamond bundle. And then the news just goes further into what they do. So yeah, that's it for that. And then we got the Future Features and Adjustments Volume 2. And this is where stuff gets interesting. This is a very good thing that's gonna happen. I have read this already, but we're gonna go over it anyway. News about what's to come. Thank you for playing Pokemon Sleep. We are currently working on development of the following points. We will announce through the in-game news when dates are set for new changes to be applied. Points to be implemented in the next update, partial list. Pokemon recovering a small amount of energy from sleep while inside the Pokemon box. Now that is a big deal. How small may make or break this deal. If it's, you know, a 25% recovery for sleep or a 50% recovery for sleep, I think that's a really good thing. Then over a few nights you can get them back up to 100, and maybe, you know, maybe you swap out a berry and an ingredient team every few days, so that way when you do swap them back in, they're not completely depleted of energy. So that's a pretty big announcement, and it really just depends on what small amount really means in practicality, but a welcome feature that we definitely need. My Diglett, funny enough, has been sitting at like 10% energy for about 2 weeks now, because that's the last time I used him. Fixes to an issue that caused the effects of Pokemon natures not to be reflected when candies were used to give XP. So what that's saying is, if you had a Pokemon whose nature lowered XP gains, then when you used a candy to level them up, the nature wouldn't be taken into account when using that candy. Now on the flip side, if you had one that increased XP gains, it wouldn't give you increased energy per candy or XP per candy. So what I would advise here, if you have a Pokemon that you want to put some candies into with an XP gain lowering nature, now's the time to put candies into them to level them up before they fix this. And if you have Pokemon with XP gain increased natures that you want to level up, wait until after they implement the change to get the optimal benefit from your candies for those Pokemon with an XP gain increasing nature. Points currently under development. Implementing seasonal events. Now we do already have the, I think it's called Good Night, Good Sleep event, which comes around every time we get a new moon. New moon? Yes, every time we get a new moon. So this is implementing seasonal events, which will add on to the once a month event that we get, which is good. It's always nice to get extra events because that usually comes along with extra items, extra XP for Pokemon, higher drowsy power while you're doing your research. So glad to see that. Curious what they're gonna do. Adding new Pokemon in September and October, which we already have Mime and Mime Jr., so maybe we'll get something else this month, or maybe they're just talking about adding one Pokemon each month. Who knows? We'll see what that looks like later. And this one is one I'm really kind of excited about, specifically this part, adding new relaxing sounds and alarm sounds. I really don't like the default alarm. I am eager to see what they're gonna give us. I want a better alarm that's not as grating in the morning. I get that's kind of the idea, is to be grating and wake you up, but I don't like it. So hopefully we get something way better. Or maybe even allow us to select our own alarms based on the alarms we have on our phones. That'd be great too. Known issues slated for improvement in the future. Sleep tracking failing in some cases during maintenance. I guess that happened last time they did the big maintenance where they shut the game down in the middle of the night. Allowing the whole team to eat cooked dishes together, recovering a small bit of energy. Also, a fantastic quality of life improvement that will help with people like myself that have some good Pokemon who have natures that lower energy recovery. So that will be very beneficial. That way you're not only relying on energy pillows or energizing cheer or something of the like. So good feature. Again, really depends on what small bit means. I feel like 10-15% restored when they eat is pretty reasonable. 15% may be a bit high, but I don't think they're unreasonable. So if we could get that, that would be very beneficial as well. And then adjustments to make it easier to collect berries and ingredients from helpers. Always nice, because sometimes you try to slide your finger over the berries and it just will not pick them up and you have to tap a few times. It happens, so good to know. And then of course we have the special gift. Thank you for playing Pokemon Sleep. We are giving each player a gift as a token of our gratitude. You can accept it by tapping on the gift box icon in the upper right of the in-app main menu. And this applies to any players registered before October 27th at 11 p.m. And I assume that's 11 p.m. local time. You'll get 10 Pokebiscuits, 1,000 sleep points, 20 handy candies, and 1 growth incense. And see, handy candies aren't that great of a deal in a bundle because they give them out like nothing. So having a handy candy in a bundle is not that big a deal unless it's a super high number. But this is really good. We get 1,000 sleep points, which is very beneficial to anybody, whether you're saving up for Master Balls or any other high value items. 20 handy candies is always nice to have. That's 60 candies for any Pokemon. And then 10 Pokebiscuits. Pokebiscuits aren't that great, but it's not bad to have them on hand. The big thing is the growth incense. You really, like I was saying a minute ago with the good night, good sleep, those kind of events, hold on to these growth incense for those kinds of events, because last time they did the good night, good sleep event, I think it was it double? Or was it 1.5? I forget exactly what it was, but they increased the amount of XP that your Pokemon got from your sleep. So during those events, you want to use these growth incense to really maximize and capitalize on those gains for XP. We hope you're able to make good use of this present, blah, 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 and continue to enjoy Pokemon Sleep. So yeah, that's the big news. Really some good stuff in there, some good quality of life changes, good news on the events coming up. So we'll see what those are. Let's go ahead and collect our free gifts. Probably could have used those Pokebiscuits while we were doing sleep research, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I didn't get any more medals, so that's it. That's the big news for today. We got the terrible mixed salad, but at least we got some free stuff from the company to make up for it. So yeah, that wraps it up for me, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Let me know in the comments what you think about the news, what you're excited about. Thanks for clicking and watching the video. If you like what you saw, hit the like button and subscribe to see more. And until next time, later, dudes.